we'll check out Ado first. The name of this song is called Rule. Ado, ladies and gentlemen.
I like that binaural harmonies. They're so cool.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? Dude, what
That's
peculiar voice.
awesome. That texture is so freaking iconic.
Jesus Christ. Turugudun.
Awesome.
Oh, double time.
Is that a double pedal?
Sayonara.
Ooh, cool cross phrasing.
I swear this woman is actually nuts.
In the best way possible, though.
She's come up with her own music genre. Boy, that's 3 rhythms in.
It's very Ado, though.
Yeah.
I love her vocal texture shift. Shout out to the animators in this video, because how cool is this anime?
I thought it was an anime, but it's the music video.
But you know how she always has like an animated video?
Poor musicians.
That's why her concerts slap though.
How is this going?
I love that. This is so cool.
It is very insane how she sounds like that live. But
Nice.
dude, what the? She has the most unpredictable fucking music in the planet, dude.
And you know what? I absolutely love that. I love that because the idea of having so many genres in one song,
Jesus.
it's so stimulating. Obviously, you need top-notch musicians, which she actually does.
Yeah,
because
she has some of the
has
most demented musicians as well. Like, they're cracked.
you actually have to. You need a very high standard of like a musical understanding to kind of keep up with the demands of something like this in a live environment.
Yeah.
Which is so awesome to see the fact that she's actually better live in a lot of moments. I feel like a lot of her vocal dexterity actually gets exploited in a live environment rather than in studio, because in studio she's very thought through, like the change and the shifts and the different textures that she puts on in different sections of the songs. They're like very intentional that way, but in a live performance environment, she's actually quite experimental. Like, you really see the thought process happening live in the moment.
Well, she's very curious because, like, I think that's a good point. It's like, you know, in a studio, she would actually, it's like more controlled chaos.
Yes.
But I think there is...
It's very intentional.
The true beauty of chaos, when you're obviously musically adequate and technically outstanding, because I think this genre, or I mean, I don't even know if it's a genre, it's just Ado, I guess, being Ado, could go wrong if you're not Ado. Like, this is actually very difficult to replicate, which gives her those sort of that gives her that ability to, is like, it's gonna be very rare to find someone else that's able to do what Ado does, which what compliment. Then when you hear it live, it actually, you see the actual beauty of the chaos and the method to the madness actually flourish to the most.
Correct.
And is in nowadays, being a live performer first, it's very rare. But also,
especially because of this genre, and specific the way that she creates music, it's very much production based. Like it depends heavily on programming and sound engineering. So to see her live actually excelled some of those already pre-made conceptions of the song is actually insane.
And all of the feedback we've received from fans of Ado that have seen her live and stuff like that, it's like 10 times better. Well, this is her reacting to her own stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this video.
She.
Every time it's literally
Typical
my favorite
artist.
video ever.
Typical artists, they're always like overly critical of their own stuff. But I genuinely think like she grows even more, and this chaos turns into complete and utter, like you become enthralled in it.
Well,
but
I think we checked out a video live of hers like about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And she was like inside the cage, and I think we see some of that visual
Here,
representation in this music video that we just watched.
This one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we did watch that.
This was absolutely insanity.
And so, some of you guys were there commented on the video, and it's like nothing you've ever experienced before. Also, I do think her musicians, her producers,
her team
deserve a ton of credit, because to be able to understand what Ado had in her mind and the ideas she wants to convey, both lyrically, both musically, must be, you also have to be quite a special individual, because
you have to be on the same wavelength.
What she's able to do is unheard of, and it is like trying to work with a unicorn. It's like, how do you know what?
How do you speak their language? And I think that's what's actually so impressive about her as an artist, not as a musician, as a singer. Because I think we've already covered how awesome she is in terms of vocal dexterity and her actual technical ability. It's phenomenal, and the fact that she was so young when she first self-discovered her artistry per se, it's really impressive. But what I love about the artist is that her team actually managed to help her bring those visions into life, and that is really good teamwork.
Best way to describe Ado is, who the fuck else can do what she can? Like, what other music is out there that sounds like that, or vocally is that complex and peculiar, and you know, I always use the word weird and stuff, but it's like, that's in the best possible way. You do want to be immensely unique, and also it's peculiarly streamable. I don't mind streaming these songs 10 times.
And you would think it would be an exhausting listening experience.
Yeah,
but it's actually
a ton of polyrhythms, a ton of syncopations, a ton of change of rhythms, a ton of a cross-phrasing, falsettos, belts, growls, screams. It's like, it is a unique experience. But the proof is like the proof is in the pudding. People love streaming this stuff. Musically, for a reviewer, is a fucking trip, and it's awesome because there's so many things to talk about, so many things to analyze, but you also got to look at it from the perspective of the normal music fan. And I genuinely think, I've said this before about the Japanese music industry, or just people who are fans of the Japanese music industry, artists like Ado, I think your taste, it's probably one of the most refined ones. Not to sort of, lick you're behind, but it is probably, I've said it before, you probably don't find other stuff as stimulating. You look at your friend's playlist and you're a bit like,
you're kind of basic.
Bit mid, mate. You know what I mean? So interesting. Let's have a look at the next artist. By the way, I did want to say this because I looked it up because she had a link. She's selling the CDs and stuff. She has like her own shop, adoofficialmusicshop.com. So do give it a shout. Do give it a visit. Oh, look at this. Cool. Ibara from her album was written by Vondi.
Ah.
Whoa.
Nice.